Hi everyone, Shannon here with Mixed Media Minnesota. Welcome to my video. Today we are going to work on week 3 of the Inspired Art Weekly Challenge. And this project that I'm doing today is inspired by Caryl at Free Spirit Arts. I will share a link to her video that inspired me in the description below. So thank you for the inspiration, Caryl. If you guys haven't checked out her channel, hop over there and check her out. Tell her I said hi. She's a hoot. I love watching her, and I think you will as well. Okay, so for today's project, we are going to be making a little mini journal, and I'm hoping that we can make the whole entire thing here. Some of it I already have done, but out of a paper bag. Now in Carol's video, she used a bigger bag and made a full-size journal. I'm just gonna make a mini writing journal, and I'm thinking that I possibly will use this as a companion piece to my channel challenge journal that I'm doing for Carol's channel challenge project. So we'll see how that goes. So the bag that I am using, because I am making a small one, is 5 inches by 10 3/4 inches. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this bag, and what you're going to do is you're going to push the center of the bottom out and crease this in. It's a little bit tedious, but you just want to try and line up your corners here the best that you can, and let this fold in and try to get it folded together like so, and then just kind of pressing it down. And let's see here, you're going to want to keep, you know, bending it and pressing it down, so then you have something that, you know, the end, obviously this didn't go in, you want that goes in, or you can even snip this off, you know, maybe that's a better idea. We don't need this little bulk corner here. Don't cut the whole thing across, but that might be easier to work with if you just follow this angle and snip those off. Okay, so you're going to end up with something like this, the end folded like this. So I did do this, and I'm going to show you the sizes that I'm using for the journal. So I just did that. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to snip these off because I think I'm going to like the look of that better. So I'm just following this angle here. Okay. All right. So obviously I cut this down, so I did cut a little bit off the end here to, well, let's start on this side. So start folding on this side. You can see here where the bag, the crease starts. You want to fold that over into this, and you want this to be 3 inches. So if you just want to put this in your scoreboard, you can score it there at 3 inches and then fold that over. This is 5 inches tall. So fold that over at 3, and then you're going to score again to where this is 4 inches here. So you're going to fold that over, and then the edge of the bag here I just trimmed off to make this be 3 1/2. So I'm going to lay this out here so you can see. This was the open side of the bag that I had cut off the little end of the bag. I have that 3 1/2 inches wide to my score line, 4 inches across the back here. It's 5-inch tall bag, and then this one is 3 inches. So what the plan is this is going to be our cover, this is going to be the back of our journal, and then this here is going to fold over for like a closure. We can tie something around. And you can leave this open if you want to and make a pocket with it. I'm not going to. I'm going to close it up. So now what we need to do is we need to glue all of these down. So I'm just going to add some art glitter glue in here and get it all glued. And we got to go all the way down the side of the bag. Okay, so just open that up and put your glue in there. I think I might stitch mine. I'm not sure. So that'll add a little bit of strength to it as well. Let's see here. I was going to add some paper under it, but we'll just squeeze it out here and wipe it off. Okay, Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. It works best if you just pull the whole thing open and add your glue right along the whole thing. If you're not going to stitch on it, make sure you get glued to the ends. Okay. Okay. So now we have, well, we're going to say one solid piece here. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to glue my opening here closed. I'm not going to put a pocket in that. You could very easily put a pocket in there. I'm just choosing not to on this one. Okay, so now it's all glued shut. So then what you're going to do is you're going to pick out, I just use one piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper. And, okay, I'm going to refold these after I glued it just to make sure that it'll fold. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I picked out one piece of 12 by 12 scrapbook paper, and I'm using the Bird Waltz paper from Blue Fern Studio because I'm using that throughout the other journal, and if I use this as a little companion journal with it, I will want it to match, you know. Okay, so this is all out of one sheet, and what I did is I cut front and back, and I'll show you this piece when we get to that. But, okay, so this is 3.5, this is 5, so I did 4.5 tall on all of the pieces. And then, like this one, I took a 1/2 inch off, so I did 3. Now I have them all messed up in here, so I know that I wanted this to be, let's see here, oh boy, what did I do? Okay, do as I say, not as I, okay, I wanted this, and I was thinking I wanted it for my front, but I want this to be the front on here, so I'm going to try and use this one on here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this one first. Then we'll have to play puzzle here and put those ones in there. So what I'm going to do here is, now I want to follow the same angles. So I want, now I can see how much I have on the top and on the bottom here. And if you want a little less of the paper bag showing, just cut your paper a little taller and wider. Okay, so I want that about the same amount on the top and the bottom showing. So I'm just going to line it up there to where it looks to be straight. And then I'm going to hold it very tightly, flipping that over, and let's see here, I'm going to just take a pencil or pen here in my case, and I'm going to trace that, and I'm going to cut that, and that's going to give us the same angle as the bag. So I'm going to cut those off. Okay, and we'll repeat that on the inside as well, the same process. And obviously that did not work. No, I'm supposed to have this all the way up to the top. Okay, redo. Okay, bring this all the way to the top. Don't leave an edge here because you're going to slide it in. That's what I did wrong. Okay, so line the top and the bottom up in the center where you want it, and the edge right to the edge. Okay, flip that over, and now that's where you're going to get that. Okay, so we're just recutting here. Make sure your paper is to the top here and you'll get the same angle. Okay, so cutting again. Okay, now it should work better. Okay, so now see when we put it in there we have the same shape of that going through on there. Okay, and now to get the same side on this side is, again, if we push this all the way to the edge here. You could do this in the step prior when you're tracing on the back. I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to put a line on the back of this one as well, and I'm going to cut that off. So if you're just sliding, you know, all the way to the edge on the opposite side of what you're cutting, you're going to have the same distance on the sides there. Thought, boy am I wrong. Okay, no, you have to have oh man. Okay, so you have to have it in there spaced where you want it, and then you're gonna have to just mark it. Okay, just mark it, you guys. You know how to do this. You're just filling in. And I kind of wish I would have did, you know, only a 1/4 inch so that it was, you know, there was a little bit of a a little bit less of the bag showing. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and now my bird is probably not going to be in the center. Okay, so cut that. And I'm just going to go ahead and trace this one on my piece that I want on my back flap, I think. Okay. Okay, yes, that works. Okay. So now, let's see, we have that one on there. Now on the inside, okay, I need to decide here first. I did cut them out of one piece, so I know the darker ones I was using on the back. Don't flip them upside down, that doesn't work. Okay, these ones are, I believe, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3. I don't know, I just somehow got an extra one in here. But this one here, so now the piece that I need on the back, okay, that one's gonna be in there. Let's see here, this was 2.5, so that's not right. So this one must go on the back of there, okay. So, I don't know what we did, but we're just gonna use this one. I think it'll be big enough. Yes, it will be. Okay, and now this one goes this way. So what side do I want? In the inside, I want it to be this way. So I want to make sure when I pull that off, it's the same, so that I cut it the right way. And I hope I'm doing this right. I think so. So again, I'm just going to trace this one to get this size for the inside, okay? And let's see here. So I don't get confused. I know this one goes there. I'm going to cut this one. I don't know what those were. See, I confused myself. These paper, it's out of one piece, so it's kind of confusing. But I probably would have cut one piece at a time, you know, otherwise. Okay, so now this one is going to go, if we did it right, in here. Yes, okay. Okay, so we have the front and back of our flap. And I'm just going to clip this on there so I don't lose those. Okay, now this is going to be the biggest piece, and this is the piece for the inside. No, I cut this one, that's right. This was the one I was going to use. That's why I got messed up, because I used the bird. Okay, so let's see. Did I have... I don't know if I had any more of that paper. Let's see. This one was going to go in here. So then on the back side, we would have this one. So I'm just clipping them on here so that I know what I have to work with yet. That's gonna go in there. Again, I wish I would have made these a little bigger, but they'll work. So on the back, do we want a smaller one? Probably not, but I don't think I have, let's see. Did I have any more of that paper? I did not. Well, let's try a fix here really quick. I'm just going to dig over here in my fabric. Is that the wrong colors? I'm thinking that's the wrong colors. Or will it work? Nope. Okay. I'm thinking I just want to grab some just plain colored. Okay, so I have a piece of this. I want to see something really quick, so leave those where they're at. Oof, okay, don't mess myself up here. Let's go ahead and add some of this on there, and that way it'll strengthen it too. Okay, so I'm going to eyeball. I'm going to have a disaster here. I'm going to eyeball cut this with my fabric scissor because that one does not work. What did I do with my scissor now? Sorry guys, just give me 1 second. not the one I was looking for, but it'll work. All right, Fabri-Tac, let's get that down. I'm just going to add it right on the fabric. Trying to get close to the ends on here. I'm okay with leaving a little bit because if it frays, I like the look of that. Like the torn edge, I like that. Just trying to cover this all a little bit. It's not exactly straight, but it'll do. Okay. I need to pick up some more Fabri-Tac. I'm almost out of it. I thought I had another bottle, but can't find it. I must have used it. Okay. You can see a little bit of the glue through here. I usually will use my silicone brush to wipe, you know, to knock that down, but we're going to cover this anyways. So, okay, so this went this way. Now, when I fold this in, is this going to still work? Or we want to cut that down a little bit. I think so. So I'm just, you know, when we change plans again, I'm just going to cut a little bit off this side. I'm just going to kind of do it as we go, I guess. You know, everybody has their way of covering, and that's just what you do. Okay, so I need to take a little bit off the bottom. And then I'm going to follow the same angle, but take a little bit off there. Now hopefully that works. Okay, our fabric isn't exactly straight, so I'm just going to try and eyeball cut this a little crooked so it looks straight. If that makes sense. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and ink this and glue it on there. I'm just using walnut stain distress oxide. And we're gluing on fabric, so we're going to use the Fabri-Tac. Yeah, Caryl does her December daily journal is what she did with the paper bag like this, and I thought it was really neat. Okay. I'm not gonna stitch on this one. You could. Like if I was gonna stitch, I'd have to go and do this right. Maybe we will before we do the back. I don't know. We're not gonna count that out yet. Okay, so let's see. I have this is in here, so I'm going to line these up here. So when I get to the inside, that is that piece. That's that piece. Right? Huh? Yes. Or did we have that piece? And then this was, no, this was wrong. Oh, good Lord, you guys, seriously. Like that, right? That, and then this would be the middle. Okay, so there is our inside. Now, on the back of this, we really wouldn't have to have a really big one. So I just want to make sure that the papers in the side that I'm using are going to match. Now we have to trim these down because we did the fabric. Okay. Let's see. I'm not measuring, I'm just cutting a little off two sides, so. not really directional. Do we want the lace on top? I think we do. Okay, let's go ahead and ink that one. So the channel challenge that I was talking about that Carol's doing, she sends a channel, a kit that she puts together, and then you have to create something with it, and you have to use, you know, a little bit of everything that she sends in the kit, and then when you're finished with it, you have to, you know, create it all on video, and then when you're finished with it, you do a giveaway on your channel. So I thought that was really neat and really fun, and she sent me a kit, and it was the spring one. And so I'm going to take this video with the channel challenge as well. And then if you click on the little hashtags, it'll bring you to playlists of everybody else that's doing it. So it's a lot of fun. You can click on there and go and follow along. Lots of great creators out there. Tammy is doing, Tammy Van Antwerp is doing steampunk, and it is super, super cool. Like, I'm behind on the videos. I have to binge watch them. I've been so busy, but I can't wait to be able to just sit down and watch them. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there's going to be the front. I should slide that over a little bit more. Okay, that's where it's staying, but I think that works. Okay. Alright, and now let's do something on the back here so we can go stitch around these. And let's see. So I have some scraps. They're not big enough though. This is some of this from, you know, the paper collection. So I'm wondering if I can find some that are kind of similar. And I'm guessing out of my paper that I have left, it's probably going to be, where can I get that lace on the top? Okay, so let's see, height-wise, I need to cut it. I'm not going to measure, I'm just going to put a little mark there. Okay. I'll grab my big cutter. Let's see, I'm just going to use this one. Now, where did I mark it? Okay, right there, I can see it. Okay. Now, I think I want the lace, so I'm just gonna not that one. I'm just gonna look, okay, right in there. I cannot cut a straight line with a scissors, so that's why I always have to use my cutter. Okay, I think that works. I like that. Okay, so go ahead and ink this one. Okay, we're going to glue this one down, and I'm going to stitch around it, so I wasn't thinking on these. I should not have glued to the edge. But I'm just going to keep the glue here in the center. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to go stitch around these three, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back, and I stitched around all of these. I just used yellow thread, so I did try a little zigzag and just decided to go straight because it was easier to put through the machine. Let's see here, let's trim off a little bit of my edges here. Not my edges, my threads. You know what I mean. Okay, inside. Okay. All right. So let's see. Ooh, I like the feel of that. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now, okay, so on the inside, we're not going to put fabric on the inside. Just going to hopefully cover my threads here. I'll try and cut this thread. We'll go ahead and ink this. I'm not going to do any decorating in the little signature we're going to put in here. It's just going to be a little pretty little notebook maybe. I mean, I don't want to do notepad. I actually want to put a little signature in it, but just of coffee dyed paper. So, okay, right way up. And now on this one, I'm not stitching, or I'm not gluing it to fabric, so I can just use my art glitter glue and get right to the edges. And get that one down. Okay, we're going to see some of the stitching here, I think, but I'm okay with that. Like I said, I should have made these a little bit bigger, but they're okay. We're going to see our little notebook, our little pen mark here too. Art glitter glue again, as close to the edge. Okay, and then that one in there. Just go ahead and ink that again. It's really windy and cold outside again. So we're ready for spring. It's a long ways away. Okay. So let's go ahead and ink around the edges of this really quick. And I maybe should have done this before I put it all together, but that's okay. Either way works. I think adding that fabric on the back really strengthened it. I'm going to fold these. Try to. I'm not going to be able to with the fabric now. So ink it before you cover it might be a good idea. It's hard to crease with the fabric on the back there. Okay, so I'll ink these. The front rather. I think this is so cute. I've never made one like this, and it's so fun. I don't know, journals and me, it's just all about the feel. When you can, it's like if they have a feel. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm guessing maybe I'll know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Excuse me. Okay, so cute. All right, now we need to get our signature in here, and That's going to be stitched right in here. So, and I'm going to use coffee dyed paper. And let's see, this is 5. So I think I want this to be 4.5. If I use 4 1/4, I could do a sheet of paper. Let's do 4 1/4 for the height, and then this is, let's see, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3.5. So 7 by 4 1/4. You'll see here what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm just going to take 3 coffee dyed sheets of paper. I'm going to switch this one out for one with a design on it. Okay, and we'll just have that be up front. Okay, I'm going to try and cut these all at the same time. So what did I say now? 4 1/4. Well, let's cut the 7. I'm just going to cut, you'll see here, I'm just cutting a little bit off because I don't want to cut the pattern and have it, you know, wonky here. So I'm going to cut a little bit off each side, I think is my plan. So 7, 11 would be 2.5. We're just going to do that and then find 7, I guess. So it still didn't work exactly like I was thinking. I should have did a little bit more, but that's okay. Okay, so 7, and we have these fun little scraps, and then you put in the scrap bin. So now if I cut this, okay, let's see. Now I'm confused. Okay, this is 7, so that's how wide we want it. Now I need to cut this at 4 1/4. 4 1/4 will give me 2 of the same size, I think, 2 stacks. So 4 1/4. Perfect. Okay, yeah. So there's our little signature papers. So we're going to go ahead and fold those in half very quickly. And I think I want one of the pattern ones to be on the inside, you know, the center. So I'm just going to go like this. So we have 3. I wonder how many we can have. Can we get all 6 of them? Because I just want to sew the signature in with the sewing machine. That's what my thoughts are. I maybe should have put this in there and see if it would work, and that's this size. Okay, so this one I want to be the front and the back. So okay, so there we have our little signature for our little journal. And sew that in there. Oh yeah, that's cute. Okay. I wonder if this is too thick to sew through. I am going to go ahead and, okay, this is a little trick that I learned. I taught myself. The center page, when I use your sewing machine, I can't sew a straight line. So I just make sure I ink that, and then it kind of gives me a line. So then when I have them all nice and tight in here, and I think I am going to clip the end here because that'll keep that on the center there. And I don't think that'll be in the way when I'm sewing. Ouch, clip my finger. Okay, so if I sew right down that, can I clip this side or will it be in my way? We're gonna try it. Okay, just pushing that right in there. And I got it where I want it from top to bottom. That's important to make sure you get it where you want it. Okay, I'm just going to pop right over here. I'm not even going to pause the video, and I'm going to try and just do a straight stitch right down the middle, and we'll see if we can go straight. Alright. So I'm lining up here, and it's really thick. I hope that's going to be okay. And I'm going to back stitch, front stitch here. Okay, it seems to be doing okay. Okay, we're through it. I'm just cutting it out of here. Okay, so I'm going to cut my threads. I backstitched the top and the bottom. Okay, pull our little clamps off here. Oops. Trim our threads on there. Now, I should have spaced my stitching. See how it's really close? I didn't pay attention to that, so I hope it's going to stay in there. But if nothing else, they'll pull out like a little notepad thing or something. Okay, so I'm going to fold this over. And our stitch is pretty straight. Definitely widen your stitch if you're going to sew. Okay, so I'm just kind of bend that and work that in there. That's what I like to do when I sew it. And then it seems to stay shut. Okay, so we could go ahead and put pockets in things, and I might. I'm not sure. I think it's just fine as a little notebook, but you could go ahead and put a pocket in there with a tag. Yeah, I probably will, but I'll do that off camera if I decide to. I see my ink line here, so I'm just going to try and disguise that a little bit. So, okay, we need a closure, and I think, you know, it would have been fun to do a snap. I wonder, Velcro. Should we just do? I don't know if Velcro would really hold it. Maybe if we had two pieces. I think it needs some crinkled seam binding. Hold on one second. Okay, grab my scissors here. Let's see. Let's just. Obviously, I don't need that much. But that's what we cut off, so. No. No. There. Okay. And we're just going to tie a bow in here. Okay. No, we don't. What am I doing? Not paying attention, and I was going to knot it. I do. Okay, just a messy bow. Oh, isn't that cute? How cute is that? Thank you for the inspiration, Caryl. I think it's adorable, and I'm going to be making more of these. I think they're a lot of fun. I think they turned out really cute, and they're very quick. And out of one sheet of paper, a little bit of fabric, a paper bag, some ink and stitching, and coffee dyed paper, that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you will click on the channel challenge and check out the creators in there. I'm going to tag that one because I'm going to use this probably as a companion journal with my journal I'm making for that. Click on the Inspired Art Weekly Challenge hashtag, and that'll bring you to everybody that's doing that. And I'm going to link Carol's channel and the video that inspired me below in the description box. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next Saturday with another inspiration video. I mean, you'll see me before then, but with another one of these. Have a great day.